Good morning. I would like to call to order the August 7th Design Council meeting. First item on the agenda today is the minutes from our July 10th.
Move to approve. Oh, never mind. Ellis.
My name is spelled Baccus.
Do I have a typo?
Are we consistent?
Yes.
Location.
No, it's throughout.
He's just consistent.
Anywhere where this is Bacchus, it says Baccas.
So you good with it past that?
I'm good with it past
All
that.
right, you
Just-
make a motion to correct your name. And let's
Would move to correct Ella's name and approve.
motion. Is there a second? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Hey,
Any opposed? Passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda today, the Northwest Water Treatment Facility, Mr. Back.
Like 1 and 3.
Okay, so Northwest Water Facility, there were 3 public art elements. We've got the final design for 2 of them. That's kind of what we want to go through with you today. This one is the in front of the admin and lab building. That's the showing where the main entrance to that lab building is, where it would sit in front. This is the one basically we refer to as the light up water drop, lack of a better name. That kind of gives you general references to the location. It's in front of a big wall of windows. Pointer show up. Yeah, there's a large wall of windows right in this area. And this is a glass vestibule for the main entrance coming in. So a lot of glass around it and visibility from inside, and then from in front. This is the main parking area right there in front. And so, I mean, it's a pretty visible area. I understand you guys all receive these packets that I'm kind of going through here. There's quite a bit of detail here. Not sure how much of it you want me to get into. Of course, you got the height of the water drop. The base looks like it is mentions on that location, a button. That's the button to make it to light up at night. And so that the symbols will glow out, the lower part would glow onto the surrounding surface. The upper part would glow onto whatever surfaces are there. So that's where the lighting, this wiring diagram comes in. Structural information. And then there are some renderings of what the water drop would look like. Again, it's a stainless steel structure with these bands of symbols that go around it. Not sure a whole lot else to say.
The light, just a single, it's not color changing.
Not color changing.
You go ahead and do.
Okay. We're going on. The other one is down at the south end. Generally, it'd be on the northeast side of the intersection of Windmill and Zoo Boulevard. We've got the Jill Ann Holt sculpture. Again, the steel structure with blue lights, and then this one does change. The blue lights change through time. There's a pattern to the blue lighting. She wasn't able to make it taller, which was a request of everybody, but she did hit a limitation. Basically, the Kansas winds became the limitation. So she did have to beef up the structure a little bit. But she was able to make it the taller. It's got a 5-foot tall base. And that was basically targeting to get that base up to where the railroad tracks were, so that you see the structure. You see the sculpture above the railroad tracks. Other than that, I'm sure. Oops, that's going on the next one. Not sure. So it really, the overall look didn't change much. The structure changed a little bit to make that additional height. It is still solar powered. Yeah. Okay.
Any questions for Bill on either of these two? That we're all clear, and Bill said this, there's 3 elements out here. Final approval on these 2 today. The last element, which is the second element, will still come back at a later date. Progress.
We'll come back, and if I can take the opportunity to put a plug in, September 6th, the artist for the other element for the cloud benches is what we've been calling them. She will actually be in town, and Megan Lovely with the city communications team is setting up a public event the afternoon or evening of September 6th. She's really wanting to see what she can do locally to get some more input on the themes of these cloud benches. Put that plug in.
So any questions for Bill?
I know you said this, what, the location on this,
Mm-hmm.
that location?
The intersection of Windmill and Zoo Boulevard, it'd be just off on the northeast corner across the railroad tracks.
Which one's Windmill? Sorry, I don't.
The one that comes on the
It's into 13th Street.
dude.
Okay. Oh, it's clear down there. Okay.
I don't know if I can pull up in Google Maps that quick or not.
But hey,
It'll be right in this area right here.
Thank you.
Remember the discussion on that water drop was worried about where that was located at the time or something in relation to the. Just trying to remember what we talked about. Anything about that?
You mean in relationship to the path?
The building and the path, and because I know those cloud benches were there, and just, I was just trying to remember what we talked about. You know.
I don't remember anything about it.
Okay.
There was some discussion about the location of the
Yeah,
July.
yeah, I knew that one.
I don't remember any
Okay.
discussion about the water.
I just didn't know if we were worried that it was, or maybe we were thinking of moving it over there, this one over to there, and it was all gonna be jammed in. That's what it was. Yeah, yeah.
do you want to offer up a motion
Approve the plan is submitted.
for 1 and 3 minutes?
Lost quorum. Lost quorum. Okay. Come back, Tyler. Do you know where the meeting will be held on September 6th? Will it be here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be here. It's probably in this room.
Oh.
Imagine. I don't know for sure. Meg Lovely's setting that up, so
Okay,
100% certain, but that'd be my guess.
okay. Will it be, she's only coming for the 1 day, right?
But she'll be here on the 6th and the 7th. On the 7th, she's going to meet with our project steering committee. But then, yeah, then the 6th, we'll have like a public. And she's trying to make some contact with a few other, while she's here on the 6th.
Go to a school and talk to some kids?
That might be a good possibility because I know she was making contact with somebody at USD 259. Was it?
Yeah, I sent Grant Adams with 9 dots, all the contact information for Sean and everyone.
And know if I
Okay.
Work out something in the
want to back on
Okay,
or
I'll hear about it.
Sorry.
I said then they'll probably get back to me. Because we do all the, okay, yes.
And I'll send everyone on the council information about the September 6th event.
I'm gonna ask this. Just gonna have to leave at 10:30. We, Tamara doesn't mind, can we go down to 4 now? Let him give us the. Come back. Fine, council, okay if I adjust the agenda a little bit?
Yes.
Okay with that.
All right, Mr. So we're gonna, you're probably safe, Bill. You don't, you're welcome to hang out. You don't have to.
Or that we send both action items as an electronic vote, so we don't have quorum.
You're not coming back?
I don't believe it's.
Okay.
Jeff has to leave.
You can do that.
I've missed the opportunity.
You can do that.
Oh, so a little bit of an update. We've licensed the subcommittee. And we have now put out a public survey to engage public artists and consultants in kind of their input. And then later this month, Jana, 22nd,
August 22nd, Tuesday, August 22nd at 5:30 PM at City Arts in the main gallery.
of a kind of a open house workshop kind of thing, inviting everybody over to talk through a lot of what's in that survey and bring up any other issues that we need to be thinking about moving forward and getting better or stronger engagement of artists moving forward. That's my update.
That's your update? All right. Quick,
10 more minutes.
any questions? Well, then we're gonna go to agenda item 3, which is the Douglas Avenue burn bombing. Street, Amber. We're still gonna hear you today. Get you a vote,
Not.
get you a vote at a later date. No, come on up.
Okay, I'm not.
You're up.
Good morning. I just wanted to, ask again this year to, for you to accept my crochet exhibit during the open ICT streets. Last year it was a slight success.
You
I
can
Oh,
have some slides.
To do that?
Yeah, you can
Okay,
have some
sorry.
slides. You can hit the down button, I think, on the keyboard.
Yeah, this one. Last year, I just put overalls on the man that stands at Main and Douglas. I actually sewed him on. And then I added hats to all the other statues and a scarf on Perry Nation. Mhm. And Pat even had a hat. Don't know if this year I'd like to add some things to the display. I'd like to add some tree wraps. And I'd like to start them on the 15th of September and sew this on, and then a couple weeks later, take them off. It doesn't damage the trees. I've done it in Lindsborg 3 years in a row. And they survive. I've had to add some to them because the trees have grown. So this is what I'm doing this year, is adding some sweaters to them. Of course, I'm gonna sew them on and then I'll unsew them when the exhibit is over. And this year, I'd like to sew the hats on to the sweaters. And then when I take them down, I will leave the hats on so that someone can enjoy them. Last year, all the hats were taken. The only thing that was left was overalls. So I hope that someone that needed them took them. This is in Lindsborg this year. There I am sewing a tree wrap on, and then I decorated a butterfly table. And then there's the statue with the overalls. And then this man is Jim Richardson from Lindsborg. He's a retired photographer, National Geographic. And I was up there sewing the tree wraps on. He said, "Have you ever crocheted around a tuba?" And I said, "No, but do you have one?" And he said, "Yes, I do." So he brought it to me and I wrapped it. And he displays it now at the Small World Gallery, Lindsborg. So I think that's it.
All right, thank you. Any questions?
The date that you have on here, the 20th, that's the date that you'll take it down? It'll only be 15th to the 20th that'll be up.
You know, I would like to leave it on a little bit longer if I can, if you guys accept it. I don't intend to leave it on all forever because it will disintegrate and be I'd like to leave it on for a couple of weeks just for people to enjoy it.
Have a date in mind that how long you'd like to leave it?
I would say just do 2 weeks from the 15th.
Well, I'm gonna
Unless somebody cuts it down, I will be the one that takes
yeah.
it off.
jump in here and make a wild guess. We can make a recommendation. But I don't think we get the final say on how long
Oh,
it stays. I may be
Oh, okay.
wrong. But I think if you want to see it stay on longer, I'm fine with that. Just caution you, I don't know the final say on that, but our recommendation should help.
yes, I just wanted to find out what the artist ideally would like so that we can make a recommendation that lined up with that.
But I'm thinking, does anybody have any other questions for Tamara? I think we're going to need, or I'm gonna ask that we do a motion and get a second, and then we'll have to have a final vote electronically. I'm looking at Ella.
Oh, okay, I was about to say it, I was about to say it.
It's under control.
I would move that we accept Ms. Gonzalez's design as submitted and that it be able to stay up until October 1st, 2 weeks.
Second.
Motion and seconded. Any discussion on the motion? We'll defer that vote.
So much.
So the last on the agenda is as may arise. Do you have any of those?
Would you like to entertain a motion for item number 2? Take fashion.
Oh, we did on the water treatment
I
plant.
thought we didn't have a motion.
The treatment plant?
We never got there.
I think we were just about ready. Okay, yeah, we did. So we'll go back to item 2, the water treatment plant. We're looking for a motion to approve design concepts 1 and 3.
Blue.
And
Second.
Discussion on the motion. We will defer that to an electronic vote. Yeah. Do you have any as may arise? Right. Well, we're gonna get Jeff out of here in time, so at 10:25, we will adjourn.
You keep a lookout on your email.